Get ready, because the moment is finally here. Introducing the brand new 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead.
The road doesn't just call your name, it demands your presence. And in 2026, Harley-Davidson is doing something nobody believed they would ever dare to do again. They're resurrecting a legend. A name so iconic, so deeply rooted in the soul of American motorcycling that even whispering it triggers nostalgia, excitement, and a hint of disbelief. The Knucklehead is back. But this time, it's not just a revival. It's a reinvention loaded with attitude, heritage, and raw mechanical emotion crafted for a new generation of riders who aren't satisfied with just riding, they want to leave scars on the asphalt. Asterisk. Imagine hearing that unmistakable heartbeat of a knucklehead echoing through the 21st century. You expect old-school rumble. You expect a museum-grade relic. But then, the sound changes. It becomes tighter, deeper, more controlled, like a beast trained but never tamed. That's the 2026 Knucklehead. Harley didn't just modernize an icon, they engineered a contradiction. Vintage soul fused to cutting-edge performance that shouldn't exist in the same machine. Yet somehow does. Asterisk, before you even touch the throttle, the silhouette hits you. That signature knucklehead top-end shape sits proudly like a crown, redesigned with sharper lines and darkened fins that glow under sunlight. You can't mistake it for anything else. The frame wraps around it like a piece of sculpture, a perfect blend of retro curves and aggressive modern stance. It feels like a time machine built by someone who doesn't believe in rules. Asterisk. You walk around it and notice the tank-massive shoulders. Classic teardrop shape, hand-finished details, brushed metal badges that aren't printed or molded. They're carved, heavy, and cold to the touch. The kind of detail that tells you Harley wanted you to feel the motorcycle before riding it. The exhaust follows that sweeping old-school line, but now with variable valve baffles hidden inside. Quiet when you want it, brutal when you need it. And trust me, you will need it. Asterisk, you throw your leg over the seat, and the world shifts a little. The seat height feels old-school low, planting you into the machine. You don't sit on this bike, you sink into it. Your spine aligns with the bars and suddenly you feel like you're back in 1936. But the moment you tap the power button, the illusion snaps. The digital cluster wakes up with a retro-style monochrome interface. No flashy animations. No rainbow graphics. Just pure function. A rebellious refusal to follow modern trends. Then you hit the starter. The Knucklehead roars alive, shaking with the exact uneven rhythm Harley fans have worshipped for nearly a century. But underneath, there's refinement, subtle, controlled, engineered. The rumble is raw but not sloppy. Powerful but not intrusive. It feels like a mechanical heart beating in your hands, calibrated by someone who understands romance just as much as engineering. Asterisk, as you roll out of the garage, the first few meters tell you everything. The torque hits early, just like the old days, but this time it's smoother. The new 1440cc re-engineered Knucklehead V-twin pushes harder than you expect at low RPMs, and the throttle responds instantly. The ride-by-wire disappears behind perfectly tuned hesitation and mechanical feel. Harley made digital tech feel analog, and that's a kind of magic no other brand has figured out. Asterisk, you hit the open road and the Knucklehead settles into its natural habitat. The long-stroke engine pulls like a train, the chassis sits rock solid, and the front end stays planted even when you push into corners. This is not a bike built for speed, though it has plenty. It's built for presence, for personality, for the experience of riding something that feels alive, unpredictable in just the right way, and engineered to keep your senses lit. Asterisk, the wind hits your chest. The engine hums like an ancient warrior revived from steel and fire, and the exhaust screams a story across every mile. You feel the bike growl when you twist harder. Harley gave it a modern suspension with adjustable preload and damping, but somehow kept the bouncy, muscular feel the old bikes were famous for. Asterisk, and then it hits you, the nostalgia loop. The bike isn't just giving you a ride. It's giving you a memory. A sensation like a flashback of every legendary ride in Harley's history stitched together and delivered as one continuous moment. You feel it in the handlebars. You feel it in the weight. You feel it in the growl of the engine that vibrates just enough to remind you that this is not a polished corporate machine. It's a rebel. A reminder of what motorcycles were before technology took over. Asterisk, you stop at a red light. People stare. Not because it's loud. Not because it's flashy. But because the knucklehead has presence. It's a visual gravity well. Their eyes lock onto it like it's a living creature. And in that moment, you realize something. Harley didn't bring the knucklehead back for collectors. They brought it back for writers who want a story, a personality, and a machine that refuses to be forgotten. Asterisk, as the ride continues, you discover more traction control quietly working in the background. ABS calibrated for heavy cruisers, new cooling systems perfect for long hot rides, and that hidden performance mode that changes the throttle response from mellow to unforgiving. The knucklehead transforms from a relaxed cruiser into a torque-launching beast with a simple twist of your wrist. Asterisk. Everything about the 2026 model feels like a message. A declaration that Harley isn't trying to be modern for the sake of trends. They're bringing the past into the future without losing the character that made it legendary. Asterisk. This bike is a rebellion against plastic fairings, against silent electric machines, against the loss of soul in modern engineering. It's a comeback story, a resurrection, and a warning shot to the entire motorcycle world. Harley is not done. Harley is not backing down. Harley is reminding everyone why they became legends in the first place. Asterisk. As you bring the knucklehead back home and shut off the engine, the silence feels unreal. Moments ago, you were riding a piece of history roaring through the present. Now it sits in front of you, cooling, ticking, breathing like a creature resting after a hunt. Asterisk, you walk away knowing one thing. Asterisk, the 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead isn't just a motorcycle. It's a statement, a legacy revived. Asterisk, a legend reborn for riders who refuse to settle for anything less than soul on wheels.